言うことは一つだけ。絶対負けねえ。
How's it going, guys? It's me, Nothing XS, and we're here. We're going to talk about the new units that were released for the Warring World Warriors France national team transfer. Now, if you guys have been paying some close attention, you will notice that today, early Monday morning, for those of you who are living mostly in the West, may have noticed that there was a banner that was coming, which was basically the French national team banner. If you notice, they have the 2 stars now, signifying that they have won the World Cup again. So now they have 2 World Cup victories under their belt, and they released much better versions of the French players, because the ones that were released during the 2018 World Cup event weren't very good. And so the 2 units that we've got are Elsid, Pierre, and Louis Napoleon. And now Elsid Pierre is a red unit, as we're going to be looking, and both of them are kind of bonkers strong. I will explain a little bit more, but so that we can observe, the team skill for Elsid Pierre is Extreme Awakening of European players, 1510, which is very nice. As for Louis Napoleon, we've got Extreme Awakening of Europeans Agility, 1510. He's blue. But this guy is red. And Mid-Area Master means that when he's in the middle area, basically around the very center of the field, which is around the area that covers from top to bottom, the center field, the midfield circle. If you draw lines from one end to the other, like you draw lines like this across the pitch, not from goal to goal, but intersecting the pitch around the circle, that's basically the area for the mid-area master, which is why it's not too strong. It's only a B, even though it's 15% stats. But for Louis Napoleon, he's getting a defensive player, like defender and goalkeeper killer. And he gets 15% to that against defenders and goalkeepers, which is extraordinarily strong. For those of you who already know how good goalkeeper killer is, this also helps him get around defenders. Now Napoleon comes with a cannon, with a shot, Eiffel attack, and cannon tackle, while Pierre comes with artistic pass, Eiffel attack, and magnificent interception. And both of them are pretty good. Now the only problem is that even though this banner is a 3+1 banner, which means that if you kick 3 times, your 4th kick is free. The issue that we have here is one of the drop rates for the actual players. It's a 3% banner, which is kind of rough. Almost every SSR is in this, which is another slightly brutal part. And you only have a 0.33% chance of getting each one. So even though there are plus rarity compared to the rest of the players, it's only like it's a very small part of the 33% of the 3%. So like, it feels rough pulling on this banner, but these units are so crazy good, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about these units. So let's talk briefly about Louis Napoleon. Louis Napoleon is, let's talk about him. Blue's main problem for a very long time is that Blue felt that they had a lack of scoring, and so they tried to solve that by introducing Hyuga and Espadas and then Fei Shang in this latest banner. And now that makes Blue very, very capable at scoring. But frankly, there was never been like a really strong Blue Napoleon. The last Blue Napoleon's pretty good. His passive, pedal to the metal, makes him really scary, but he's like a situational unit, and outside of pedal to the metal, he wasn't that terrifying. Well, at the end of the day, that Napoleon wasn't really the Napoleon that Blue Pierre was looking for, but this one, basically on the heels of those 3 units, we have the best shooting version of Napoleon, arguably better than Dreamfest because of his passive. And frankly, he might just be the best shooter in the game. This version makes the old Gacha version of Pierre very desirable now, because his stats are going to be extraordinarily high with the 30% buff. And his team skill helps Blue Europe without hurting any of the other Blue players. And so, if you manage to pull this unit, you are so ready to be able to play that old Blue Gacha Pierre that maybe you've been holding on to for a long time. The benefits to this Napoleon are that he has an incredibly high shot. With his passive, it breaks 13k before limit breaking. It'll be extraordinarily terrifying after a limit break. He has a strong and an expensive S shot and an S1 too. And he has good stamina, and his passive helps him get past defenders, even though his pass and dribble aren't great. Now, the problems with him are that he is going to need Pierre to use both his skills, but I mean, everyone has that old Gacha Pierre. You've gotten him from a ticket and been really mad before. Hopefully you didn't mixer him away and you kept him, because you knew that he was eventually going to get broken. Now, Limit Break, I would take an 889 top line because he has a tackle, and it's an A tackle. You'll be using it since Cannon Tackle is pretty strong. Obviously shot and power, and then pass 22 technique 3, and the reason why no intercept is because you want to be able to use your Eiffel attack to get around people. If you're going to spend so much on it, you might as well make it good. Now, let's look at his stats. He has 1,013 stamina, he has 8610 shot, and 6,256 power. That puts him at the high 11k club for shot. He is probably the best raw gacha unit when it comes to shooting. And so that just makes him really, really strong. His dribbling and passing are pretty solid. They're in the 8200s. That means that once limit broken, they'll probably, if you limit break how I asked, or how I instruct, your dribble will be in like the 8800, and your pass will be in the 9300s. And then, obviously, if you're fighting against a defender, these will be even higher. Obviously, you probably won't be using your 1-2s or whatever against your defenders. I mean, against defensive midfielders or whatever, because they actually have a chance to get around you. But once you put Napoleon in a good position, you'll probably be able to get around them with your buffed pass and dribbles. It'll be 50% stronger. Obviously, 50% stronger on shot makes him an absolute lunatic at shooter, and once you limit break him, it'll be even scarier. Now, for his skill build, I would keep slider cannon shot, I would keep Eiffel attack and cannon tackle, and now I've made it a point that if you have the old league versions, you immediately pitch them so that you can give them to these much nicer versions. I would use S full burst cannon, the volley, as it is probably the best volley in the game. It's comparable to Skylab twin shot and how good it is. It's a 475 momentum volley for 400 stamina, and it has 2 blowaways, which makes it very, very desirable. And also I would give him a straight line dribble, and that will make him probably one of the best strikers in the box. You could not have cannon tackle and give him the S overhead from Dreamfest if you really wanted to, but that kind of splits your black balls a little too far. I think it's reasonable, maybe even for the Dream Cup, to put 30 level 30 slider cannon and level 30 full burst cannon, and that should make him an extraordinarily good unit. Now, if you have the garbage league version, you should teach the volley. With the passive, he's actually a 13,499 shooter. Since he has a Dreamfest goalkeeper killer, the only thing, defender goalkeeper killer, the only thing you really have to worry about is defensive midfielders. It's just really not a very high chance of you having to deal with them because you'll mostly be in the box. Unless people play defensive mode, which is probably what you'll have to do against this guy. You have a monstrously good team skill for blue because it's 15% blue Europe and 10 to all blue, which is on the level of the South American guys. Which also means that there is no green Europe 15 with green 10, which is kind of a slap in the face for green, but it is what it is. We're used to that by now. I would rake him as an SS unit, honestly. I would go for broke for him. If you obviously go for broke is for people who are whales. If you're not a whale, it feels really difficult to pull on this banner because it's a 3% banner. Even if you get one free pull, it's just not a great or excellent idea. But if you are the kind of person that's going to spend on this game, this might be the most spend-worthy banner you can think of, even though the value might be kind of weird, but these units are so good that they'll be in your team for a very, very, very long time. Just as Napoleon, wait until we get to Pierre. And Pierre, frankly, let's talk about Pierre. He's an attacking midfielder and defensive midfielder with the enabler and utility roles. Frankly, listen, Red needed more insanely good midfielders, right? I mean, Dreamfest Misaki, already incredible, and they just gave them Wang Zongming, who is not insane but is very good. And so Club has decided that the old Red Pierre wasn't good enough because he was a shooter, and they needed more utility in Red, and that's what they've done. He has basically 9k in dribble, almost 10k in he has almost 9k in dribble, almost 10k in tackle intercept, and way more than 10k in pass. There's no category where this Pierre suffers other than shooting and blocking, which is already things that Red are good at, so you don't really need more shooters and blockers. This is the third good passer that Red's gotten in a month, and it's just, I'm really not sure what Clab is doing. I really don't know why Clab is doing it. I really don't have any. I'm excited because the unit is powerful and fun, and I like that, but I don't like that he is in red. I guess it's the only color where this Pierre would have made sense because it's the only way you can make a Pierre that fits a need. But for example, this Napoleon, I don't understand why he's blue. I guess I do. It's because blue didn't have a really good Napoleon, but that leaves green in a weird place where there's nothing for it. I really don't know what to do with this unit. He's an insanely good passer. He comes with 2 S skills and an SR available, A pass cut, already pre-installed. He has high stamina, so he can really be using his abilities often. He has a decent passive. He doesn't need to rely on anyone, and while you're in the very, very middle of the field, you're very strong. And so you're a very good enabler from the midfield because your pass will be almost impossible to cut. And he has an extraordinarily good team skill for red. I just really, it's the 15 to 10. I don't know what to do. I guess his cons is that he can't shoot or block and he's not supposed to. So what bad things can you say about this unit? I would limit break and balance, kind of like I did Dreamfest Misaki with 16, 16, 18, taking a little bit more speed than normal. But 17, 17, 16 down here for pass, intercept, and technique. This should be 1,000 to both dribble, tackle, pass, intercept. A little more than 1,000 actually. And that should put you in a really, really good place to impact the course of the game. Now for stats, obviously, because he has 7,200 stat, 7,200 pass, 6,100 dribble, 6,400 tackle, 6,100 intercept, and really decent physical, where he has 6,700 technique. That makes him, again, 10.5k passer, really a 10.6k passer, an almost 9k dribbler, a 9.2k tackler, and 9.5k interceptor. He's just extraordinarily strong in every category. Ignore shot and block because you don't need them as a midfielder. It's just, this unit is what Totoro told everyone Collab would eventually do, which is they would really, really, really skew the stats so that you would have some really complete units that were strong in one area and really good in others. And there's nothing bad to say about this Pierre, like absolutely at all. The bad thing to say is that he's red, I guess. Now for his skills, he has Artistic Pass, which is an extraordinarily cool looking S pass, S Eiffel attack, and A magnificent interception. So he has two different ways of passing and a pass cut. You should be giving him the S Artistic Tackle from the Garbage League unit, and A Artistic Dribble Attack if you could find it. I think the other red version has it. You can pull it off, or you can give him a B60 version of that. It's still pretty good. He has all the stats he needs to be a complete enabling midfielder while also being a staunch defender. As such, you should probably give him the best in slot skills in every slot that you possibly can. If you don't have Artistic Tackle, Butterfly Tackle is fine. If you don't have Butterfly Tackle, A Strong Tackle is fine. Just get him a tackle, get him a dribble. You're not going to use Eiffel Attack very often unless you are in a last-ditch effort to try to get the ball to your forward, which does happen. That way you can pass it back into like whoever your forward is. It could be Raiju, for example. It could be Napoleon, obviously. It could be Schneider, but whatever you do, there's a way to do it. And the best part is that this guy doesn't need Napoleon to thrive. Napoleon definitely wants him, but he doesn't need Napoleon. If you have two better strikers up front, red, you don't have to be pigeonholed into running Napoleon. You can put him on the bench and run somebody else, and he can definitely stay. Unlike, I think, the other red version of Pierre, who really, really, really wants Napoleon on the field to be the best Pierre he can be. Artistic Pass really is enough to move the ball forward, so you don't have to worry too much. Artistic Tackle, again, comes from the crappy 2018 League Pierre, and I did say I was making it a point to sacrifice the garbage old versions of units so that you could make these new national team jersey versions of units better. And so that's pretty much it. There's really nothing else to say about these units. They're all incredibly strong. It's just extraordinarily good at what they do, and there's very little to say about them other than how good they are. I don't know how else to emphasize how strong they are, right? Like, there's really nothing wrong with them. If you get them, you're going to be very happy. If you don't get them, I imagine it will be a big, if you pull on this banner and you don't get them, I feel like that it'll feel real bad. And because I don't want you guys to go through that pain alone, in case it does happen, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull on this. I did say I wasn't really going to pull, but someone did donate. They preferred to remain anonymous, and so we're going to go for it. Even though I'm not sure I wanted to pull on this banner. I don't really main red or blue, but they did want me to pull on it, and I do want to pull on it also for, I guess, like the fun of it and for you guys to have fun. So we're gonna go for it. I don't know what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for whatever cool things come out. I do want both of them, but it is what it is. Let's see what we get from the gacha. And sometimes this happens. So the game froze up. That's unfortunate. That does mean that whatever we pulled will probably be in the inventory, so we should go check. That's unfortunate, really. Let's see what we've got. I think some of my dream balls will be spent. Yep. So let's see what we have. We're gonna look at player list, and it should be sorted by recent. We got nothing. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Sorry for that extraordinarily uninteresting first pool. I promise that the next ones will be better. I'm not really promising because I know. I'm promising because I'm hoping. So let's see what else we've got. Blue, we've got 4 birds. Okay. Red text, not great. An incomplete team. This doesn't look like anything. Roberto's not gonna give anything. Okay, well, not great, not great. One more time, and then we're gonna save the rest of our dream balls. We're gonna kick obviously the free one, but we're gonna go take a look. What else? Ooh, okay, so this is an SSR, right? Ooh, interesting. Let's see what we get. How many we got? We got 1. Okay, so just 1. Well, just one's good. Just one's good. Hopefully, I would like Napoleon, honestly. Pierre would be nice, but I would prefer Napoleon. I'm not gonna get either. I'm gonna get some random shit. Red Genzo. Yep. Sounds about right. One more level left, SGGK catch, and so here we go. Last one. Chance, nothing else. Red text. I will need memories or something, or a full thing. Full team is nice. Could be something. Ooh. Oh, this is a bait. This is the game. We're already used to the fact that the game loves baiting me like this, so we're gonna let it rock, but I don't think anything comes out. Nope. Alright, everybody. Well, it is what it is. We got another level of SGGK catch for my green Genzo. And that's pretty much it. These things happen. I know a lot of people are going to be like, I can't believe that happened. I'm so upset for you. We'll kick this. For funsies. And so don't worry about it. You know, that's just the nature of Gacha. It's, you pull when you can and when you... obviously on stuff that you hope that you can get, but other than that, you know, it is what it is. So thanks for coming out. Thank you for checking out this content. I hope if you enjoyed it, please click like, go down, please click subscribe. Also click on the little bell so that you get warned when new videos come up. And if you want to donate, there is a link in the description. You don't have to, but it does help forward the channel. It does help me do pulls like this on every one of the things, because frankly I won't be able to pull on the gacha every time when I make one of these videos otherwise. And if you do want to see me pull on the gacha, that does help. And if not, well, don't worry about it. I don't have to. If you guys just enjoy the content as is, I'll still maybe making it, because it helps me a lot also. Just to make it. It helps me think more about the game critically, and it helps me put my my thoughts somewhere. So anyways, thanks for coming out, and I hope to see you guys in the game soon. Peace.